Okay, welcome to Chumash Rashi, the Torah portion, Chayei. We continue with the servant Eliezer, who is dutifully found the maiden who will end up being the bride of Yitzhak, of Isaac, in Mesopotamia, Abram's original homeland. Okay, so let us continue with the story. We are in chapter 24, verse 27. Okay. Okay. Vayomer, and he said, Baruch Hashem, blessed is Hashem, Elokei Adoni, the God of my master. Abraham, Asher lo yazav v'chassid, that he did not withhold his kindness. The Amita in his truth, me'im Adoni, from my master. Anechi b'derechai, I'm on the path. Nasani Hashem beis achi Adoni. So God guided me on the right path to the house of my master's brothers. Rashi 27. Got it? Okay. Bederech, on the way, derech hamazumin, a prepared way. Derech hayosher, the straight way. Well, you say derech, on that way, shayisi tzarot, that I needed to go. And similarly, we find called beis v'lamed v'hei, all instances where you have a beis, a lamed, and a hey, mishamshin b'rosh hateva, that function as a prefix at the beginning of the word, v'nikudim b'patach, and they're vowelized with a patach. Medabrim b'davar ha'pashud, speak about an obvious, known thing. That has been mentioned elsewhere, or that it's distinct, and discernible regarding that which is being spoken about. Okay, baderech, right? So it's on the way, right? Oh, want to give a booklet to Stephen? Give him the page. Here. Here, take a booklet and here. In the synagogue, in the shul. Okay. Yeah, but in the other booklet. Okay. Verse 28, V'tara Tanaira, and the maiden ran, V'tagid lebeis ima, and went to her mother's quarter to tell her, Kidvarim ha'ela, like these events, what just occurred. Rashi lebeis ima, she went to mother's house, derech noshim ha'isa, it was a practice of women, liyos lehem bayis, they had for themselves a house, leishib boy lemalachtam, in order to sit to do their work there. They had their own office back in the day. The booklets for you. Both booklets. Verse 28 in Rashi. Right. So women had the woman of the house, they had a little house for them to do their work. Vena Bas and a daughter comes and tells and confides with her mother. Right. So she came there. Okay, verse 29. Well, the Rivka, and Rivka had a brother, Ushmoy Lavan, and his name is Lavan. The Yaretz Lavan, and Lavan ran El Haish, to the man, to Eliezer, right? Achutza El Ayin. He ran outside to the man, to the spring. Rashi in 29, right? Yaretz, why did he run? Lamaratz. Rashi asked, why did he run? Amaratz. For what was he running for? The Hikid says Anezim, because he saw the rings that she had. Omar, so he said, Usher, who's there? Oh, this rich guy, even Asanina B'Mammon, and he set his eyes on the money. We know where he was at. 30, right? He becomes the father-in-law later of Yaakov, right? And when he saw the ring, Vitzatzmidim and the bracelets, by with his sister, Kishama is the Rivka, and when he heard the words of Rivka, Achaisei, his sister, Lamor saying, Koidiber Elaya Ish, so spoke the man to me, Yova El Haish. So he came to the man, Hine Aimed, Al Gemolim, Al Ayin, and he was standing by the camels next to the spring. Rashi, ala gemalim l'shamram. Why was he standing by the camels? To watch over them. V'hu aimed aleihem l'shamsham. So we find similarity of waiting upon them, meaning over them, to serve them, right? He's taking care of what he need to take care of. 31, v'yemer. So he said, now Lavan says to Eliezer, the servant, boy, come, Baruch Hashem.
I have a question, Rabbi.
Yeah.
Why does Rashi assume that the reason Laban is running out to see who's there is because he's running to he thinks he has money, he wants to grab the money? Why that? Why can't he be running out just to be anxious to see someone and welcome them? Why do you think he concludes that?
Well, look at verse 30. He saw the rings, he saw the bracelets on his sister's arms, and he heard what he's saying. Like if it was about the gas, and it wasn't about the gold and the silver that he was witnessing, right? The verse says that that's what he saw. He didn't see a person. He didn't see a person. That's what, right? He didn't see a person. You can put it up. Okay. Okay.
That's what happens when the jewelry takes your eye down.
Right.
Right.
Because if he saw the person, then the verse would have said he saw the person. Okay.
You called them? Tell them to come? Not today.
Okay. 31. Good question, Shimon Leib. So he said, boy, come. Baruch Hashem, blessed is God. Lama samay bachuz. Why are you standing outside? Anechi panise abayis. I've emptied out the house. You know, what did he empty out the house? What, he took out all the food? Rashi's going to pick up on that, right? And there's place for the camels. Rashi, panise abayis, I cleared the house of idols, right? Because we cleared the house. It doesn't make sense you clear the house, right? So Rashi picks up on that. Why did he pick idols? And the man came, Eliezer came, Habaisa, into the house. V'iftach ha'gemolim, and he unmuzzled the gemalim, the camels. V'yitein tevin, and he gave, and Lavan gave to the camels straw, or misboy, and fodder, the gemalim, to the camels, umayim, and water, lir raglav, to wash his feet, ragle hanashim, and the feet of the people, asherito, that were with him. Rashi, v'yifatach, actually.
My 5-year-old would have a problem that the man came into the house and unmuzzled the camels. Usually you would unmuzzle the camels and then go into the house.
Yeah.
Not go into the house and unmuzzle the camels.
Yeah.
Rashi's not bothering that.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. Yeah. He untied their muzzles. Chayei is PM, because it was covering up their mouths. That they should not graze in other people's fields, and that would be theft. Right? Yeah, that's a good question. Okay. 33. Yusam lafanav lechol, and food was served before him to eat. But Eliezer spoke, and he said, "Lo yuchal, I'm not going to eat. Dibarti, until I speak devarai, my words." Vayomer daber. So he said, "Okay, speak." So Lavan said, "All right, say your piece." Rashi 33. Until I have spoken. Hare im mishamish b'lashon asher. The word im over here means it has the function of the word means that. B'lashon ki, and in the sense that the word ki also means that. Interchangeable words for the same meaning. Kamayad ki shilai, until that Shiloh arrives. It gives an example of how the usage of the word means that. And this is what our sage of blessed memory have said. That the word ki has four meanings to it. One means if he e, and one of them is im, that, as in our verse. Interesting, Rashi mentions this quite often, that the word ki has four meanings. It can mean because, it can mean if, it can be that, and when. So depending on the context. And the servant said, Vayomer, and he said, Eliezer said, Eved Avram Anochi, I am a servant of Avram Anochi, I am. That's in the Hebrew, if you want to get the proper translation. Hashem Beirach es Adoni Ma'od, and God blessed my master very much. So, the Yigdal, and he prospered and became great. V'yiten lo yitzayin, and he gave to him sheep, obakar, and cattle, the kesef, and silver, bezov, and gold, v'avadim, and men servants, v'shvachas, women servants, and gemalim, and camels, and b'chamerim, and donkeys. V'telid, 36. V'telid Sarah, and she gave birth Sarah, Eshes Adoni, the wife of my master, Ben, a son, La'adoni, to my master, Achres Iknasa, after she was very old. V'hitin lo yeskol l'asher lo, and he gave to him, Avram gave to Yitzchak everything that he owns. Rashi v'yitin l'eskol l'asher, star matana hera lahem. Remember, we had this previously, that that Avram gave him everything that he owned. Mm-hmm. So, and we said before that it was a deed that showed that in the deed everything was gifted to his son Yitzchak, right? In order to entice the maiden to come, right? And my master made me swear, Lamor, saying, Lo yisikach, ye shall do not take a wife, livni, for my son, Kanani, from the daughters of the Canaanites, right? He was living in Canaan, in Canaan, which is Israel today, right? And but don't take a wife from here, right? When you're going to go past the Euphrates, where I come from. That's where he is right now. He's in Iran, Iraq, right? So you take from the daughter, don't take from the daughters of the Canaanites, so that I dwell amongst them in the land. Rashi in 37. Yeah, we're good. Rashi in 30. Do not take a wife, livni, from my son, from the daughters of the Canaanites. Im telech tchila al beis avi, acharecha. In other words, because he's first going to his father's house, right, which is far away, right, again, past the Euphrates, in Iran, Iraq, and a woman does not wish to follow you, don't come back here to get a wife from here, right? Unless you first go to my father's house and into my family, and take a son, and take a wife for my son among them. And I said to my master, perhaps the maiden doesn't want to come after me. In other words, come back to Canaan. Maybe she wants to live there. She'll get married and she wants to live with her family. So the word Rashi picks up on the word ulai. It's not fully spelled out. So Rashi says, and let's see in 38, say as long as you want. They won't kick you out. or 39 rather, Rashi in 39, Ulai leise lechisha. So Eli, Steve, it's written Eli to me, which meant Eli, leise, Eli to me. I want your he had a daughter, Eliezer, and he wanted his daughter to marry Avram's son. So this is what it says over here. Eli, alluding in the following, Bas Eliezer. Eliezer had a daughter. He was searching to find a pretext, Avram, so that Avram would tell him, to turn to him, that Yitzchak should marry his daughter. Amar Avram, but Avram said to him, B'ni Baruch, my son is blessed, and you are cursed. Just like there's a sikha on that. Like, what does that mean? Eliezer is his trusty servant. Eliezer battled the kings. How can you say that? And a curse it cannot cleave to the blessed. So, very interesting thought over here that we need to understand.
Our annual matching campaign, matching every donation dollar for dollar, is starting. Help us reach our goal of $300,000 so we can help.
That was a mid
Paid political announcement.
paid political announcement. Okay, verse number 40. Vayomer Eli, and he said to me, he replied to me, Hashem Asher Hisalachti Lefana, of God who before whom I've always walked. Yishlach Malacha, he will send his angel Itach with you. This is what Avram, he's repeating. Follow what's going on over here. He's repeating Eliezer to the family of Rivka of everything that his master Avram had told him, which was at the beginning of the parsha. So it's being repeated over here, right? So that God is, I've always walked before God. You'll take a booklet and you'll send out later to others. Thank you. Thank you. Sei mir gesund.
Thank you. I could see you before, we didn't like in weeks.
Yeah, I mean, we're here learning Chumash and Rashi every day.
I didn't know that.
Down me before.
Okay. All right. Sorry, where were we? Okay. I've sent God will send an angel before you, Itach with you, v'yitzliach darkecha, and he will succeed. You will succeed, and he will make you succeed in your way. V'lekachta isha, and you will take a wife, livni, for my son, and mishpachti, from my family, and beis avi, from my father's house. Right, V'astinaki 41, Astinaki, then you will be clean, free, me'alasi, from my oath, kisavai el mishpachti, because you have come to my family. In other words, when you've done it, that, B'im lo yitnen alach, v'yitzanaki me'alasi, and if they do not give you the maiden, in other words, to come back, then you're free from my oath, you're released from my oath. And I came today to the spring, Hashem, and I said, Hashem, the God of my master Avram, if you have it, please, if it's within it, within your, he says here, will, not exactly the word will, but if you have it, if Matzliach Darki, make success my path, that I am going upon. Rashi, Avay Hayayim, he arrived today. So interesting what Rashi says over here. He says, Hayayim Yatzasi, today I left. In other words, I left Hayayim Basi, and today I arrived. Mikan, from here, we see Shekovsa, that the earth contracted for him. Others, it was a miraculous journey that was shortened. Rav Acha says, the conversation of the servants of the patriarchs is more pleasing before God, than the Torah of their descendants, the Torah that we're learning. Why? How do we know that's more dear to God? Because the whole story of Eliezer, right? The quest for a wife of Yitzchak, full of a Torah, is doubled in the Torah. When it comes to essential elements of Torah and Torah law, like it's only given by allusion. It's only given in a hinted manner. Here, look, he is repeating almost verbatim what he already said, what was already said earlier in the parsha when Avram sent him on the mission. So Rashi's picking up on this. Why is he saying it now? I guess because of the kvisas aderech, the miraculous shortening of the path. So it just shows of the greatness of Eliezer. So he continues with that thought, that the fact that everything here is so lengthily told in a repetition is showing us how endeared is the conversation of the servant of the patriarchs, not even the patriarchs, which is pretty awesome. And Hine. Now, how does Rashi know that he left today? It just says he arrived today. How does Rashi know that? Pesach, you here? It doesn't say that anywhere that he left today. Okay.
Except the same fish came today.
Okay, I could have left last week too, right?
But then it wasn't necessary to say the fish.
In other words, the fact that he came today, obviously he came today,
Right.
right?
What we can say.
Right,
Lucy.
right. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay. 43, Hine anechi nitzav and behold, I am standing by the spring. Ayin amayim, the spring of water, v'hoya alma, and there was, and let it be that the maiden hayotzes lishav that is coming to draw water. Martin, I said, Aleha ishgani no matmayim mikadech, and when the maiden will come, and I will say, please give me a little water to drink from the pitcher. Right? He's just saying again over what the process was and how he spoke to God, if you remember, on saying, this is what I'm going to do, and please, find me the right maiden.
Later, he's gonna repeat the whole story without Ram.
Yeah. Amrei Elai, and whoever will answer to me, Gam is Gamata she's saying not only you should drink Megam Malecha, but also your camels, Eshav. I will draw water. He Aisha, she is the wife Asher Haichia that will be proven, will be destined Hashem leben Adeni from God to the son of my master Gam Ata Gam Rabbis Anashim Sheimai. Gam Ata. Also you. What do you mean also you? Meaning there's other people with you. Means it was clarified and was clearly demonstrated. Also, anytime the word haichocha is used in Torah, it means a clarification of the matter. And before I finished to speak to God, El Libi in my heart, behold, Rivka came out, and a picture was on her shoulder. And she went down to the spring, and she drew from the spring, she drew water. Aleha for her to herself, Hashkinina, and I said to her, please give me some water. Rashi in 45, ten mechala, before I had finished, ten shani mechala, before I yet finishing came, I was not yet finishing. Again, similarly, kol lashon hoive, any language of the present, the imperfect, pamim shehu medaber beloshin avar, sometimes an expression of a past tense, yochel lichtov, and therefore you could have written terem kalisi, the past tense to express, I was not yet finishing. And sometimes it's in it expresses an imperfect, the imperfect as in the verse by using a future tense. Ukamai ki amayu, Job would say. Hare lashon avar. There you have a past tense. So Job would do. Hare lashon osid is a future tense. Upirish neyam lashon ha'iveh, and they meet in both of them the language of the present tense. Because Job used to say, Ulai chatu v'anai, perhaps my children have sinned, v'haya isekach. Not exactly clear on what Rashi's grammar there. V'tamar, and she was quick. V'tevi kada, and she took down her pitcher mi'alav from upon her. V'tamer, and she said, drink. And to your camels also I will give water to drink. And I drank. And also the camels were watered. Right? And I asked her, and said, Basmi, the daughter of who are you? Bas Basul, and she said she's the daughter of Basul ben Nocher, the son of Nocher. Asher Yaldaloi Milka, that was born to Milka. Simanezim al Apam, and I placed the rings on al Appa on her nose. That's midim al Yadaham, and the bracelets on her arms. Rashi Eshel Ba'asim. I asked and then I placed. Shina Seder, he changed the order. That's not what happened.
We left something out.
Well, he changed the order.
He didn't change the order, he left something out. Before asking her who she was, he gave her the jewelry.
Well, that's what
He left it out.
I know. That's changing the order. Yeah. Yeah, Sharei Hitchila Nasim, because first he gave her the jewelry. Then he asked her, "Who's are you the daughter of?"
He's not going to talk about the jewelry at all. Not coming after. He's not going to say it after.
No, look, Sharehu Tchila Nasan. First he gave to her the jewelry, right? Then only afterwards he asked her, "Who are you the daughter of?"
That's not.
No, he did. He didn't leave it. He changed the order. He didn't leave it out.
He didn't change any order because he's not going to say anything about the jewelry now. He's not saying anything about the jewelry, he's just leaving it out. In the storyline that he's saying, he leaves out that part.
No, it doesn't.
So,
Look, read the Rashi in 47. I mean, the
No.
parsuk. Read the pasuk. He asks, "Who are you the daughter of?"
correct.
And then he says, "V'asim anezim," and then I place the rings.
Right.
So he changed the order.
So Taco. Rashi says why he changed the order, right?
Now he says, "El shelo yitfesu b'dvarim," but in order they should not catch him in his words, thinking that they caught him in a lie. V'yomru hayich nasan nasat Allah. How could you give her the jewelry? Adayin eincha yedea mihu, and you don't know who she is. That's why he changed. He was certain.
question it still remains, that Rashi didn't answer, why Taka did he give her the jewelry before asking?
Of his certainty. The
How
certainty
do you
that
have
he
the
had.
certainty? Is he a Navi?
I don't know. He was definitely,
How could he have that certainty? He had the certainty.
I think it was because of,
Because
because Eved Avram Anochi, he was just knew that Hashem is there for his master. He knew, right? Like a chassid knows that that you're doing the Rebbe shlichus, so it's got to be successful. The Rebbe sent you on a shlichus, so there's no question it has to be successful. So that's the way I understand it. Maybe it's not punkta. So
Rashi doesn't ask that question, doesn't answer.
right.
We're asking the question and we're answering on Rashi's behalf.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to see the sichas. We have to look at the sichas from the Rebbe. And I bowed, and I prostrated Hashem to Hashem, Hashem, and I blessed Hashem, Elokei Adoni, the God of my master Avraham, Chani Baderech, that he led me on the way emes, on the way of truth. But Lakachas is Bas Achi Adoni Livnai. He led me on the true path to the daughter of my master's brother as a wife for his son. 49 about and now, im yeshchem, if you yeshchem, in other words, if you have it, so to speak. In other words, if you want to act, say oisim chesed, do an act of kindness, ve'emes, and truth. As adoni higidu li, towards my master, as Adini, and I was towards my master, Higiduli, and tell me, Im loy Higiduli, and if you will not, in other words, tell me that she will go with me to be a wife, and if not, Vefna, I will then turn. I'll yamin or I'll the small, I'll turn to the right or the left. And I'm going to go back. Right, Rashi. Al Yamin, maybe Ishmael. What's on the right side if he goes? The daughters of Ishmael. Al Small, maybe Slide from the daughters of Lot. Chayei Avram, because they lived to the north of Avraham, which is the left. Beyond Lavan, and Lavan responded, Ubisuel and Bisuel. Rashi picks up over here. Lavan is the brother, Besul is the father. Why is why is the brother speaking before the father? When they said, "Mi Hashem yatsa davar," from God this came forth, this thing. We can't speak anything to you, whether good or bad or good rather, right? We can't be disrespectful or or even polite about this. Rashi, what does it mean? Beyond Lavan and Besul love, and Besul answered, Rasha Lavan was wicked because his lordship, and he leaped to answer Lifnei Avi before his father. I knew Chal Davrei Lecha. I knew Chal Davrei Lecha, not able to speak to you. In other words, to refuse you concerning this matter. Neither responding to you in a bad way, or even to respond to you in a proper way. Why? Because it's obvious that this is coming from God. According to your words, that which is prepared, that he prepared her for you. Like, hey, this it's a slam dunk. No brainer here. Hine Rivka lefanecha. Here, behold, Rivka is before you. Kach, take her, beleich, and go. Vasili, and she should be for a wife. Leben adenecha, to the son of your master. Kasher diber Hashem, as Hashem spoke. Final pasuk, 52. And it was Kasher Shama Eved Avram, that when the servant of Avram he heard Es Divrahim, their words, Vishtachu Arza Hashem, he bowed to the ground. Shachu Arza Hashem, to the ground, giving thanks to God. Yishachu, from here, we learn that you should give thanks for good tidings. Psh, amazing. All right. Shkayach. See you shortly.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Yeah.